colorful wigs make you stronger, apparently. I am Chris with the Joshi Wrestling Recap for Stardom May 13th, 2022, New Blood 2 available on Stardom's YouTube channel. This was the second of Stardom's special New Blood shows meant to highlight newer and younger wrestlers, not only from Stardom but freelancers and from other promotions also. Wrestlers from Gato Move Choco Pro, Just Tap Out, Kaliga Pro, and Diana appeared along with wrestlers from the freelance groups Prominence and Colors. This was a multi-camera show with no commentary. We opened with a really fun match between Lady C and from the Gato Move / Choco Pro promotion, Yuna Mizumori. Yuna is a very colorful, loud, and charismatic wrestler who wants to be an idol and wrestler. Her character is very tropical, outgoing, while also being a powerhouse. Pairing Lady C with Yuna Mizumori was a great decision, and Lady C played the straight man to Yuna's larger-than-life comedy wrestler persona. Yuna Mizumori came to the ring wearing a green wig, a headband with palm trees on it, and a spike-studded brassiere while singing an original song. The ref made her remove the spike-studded brassiere before the match started. The antics started pretty early when Lady C wanted to do a test of strength and put her hands out of reach. Yuna Mizumori responded by taking her own wig off and whipping Lady C with it. Yuna Mizumori's tactics confused Lady C, and the longer the match went, Lady C started to be influenced by them and started copying her. My favorite part of the match is when Lady C tried to giant swing Yuna, but couldn't. So she goes over and picks up Yuna's wig and puts it on, and is now able to giant swing her now that she has tropical power. The match went back and forth until the end when Yuna Mizumori connected with a basement lariat and used a Superman pin to keep Lady C's shoulders down for the 3 count. Unamon wins. The second match on the card was a tag match. The sisters Hanan and Hina versus from Just Tap Out promotion, Aoi and Tomoka Inaba. This was a good match. Hanan carried the story for the match, but everyone looked decent in the ring. This match had 4 chapters. The first chapter was Tomoka Inaba getting beat up by the sisters. Hanan and Hina had good chemistry together and were in sync. Tomoka was also on the bad end of many judo tosses from both sisters, until she was able to trip Hanan and tag out. The second chapter of the match was Hanan getting worked over by Aoi and Tomoka Inaba. Aoi was targeting Hanan's arm, while Tomoka was targeting her leg. Lots of kicks to the targeted body parts along with submission holds that Hanan did a great job of selling. Hanan got out of her bind when she hit a second rope crossbody and tagged in Hina. The third chapter was Hina versus Oi. Oi is mostly a submission wrestler and targeting the arm is her specialty, but she also pulled out a couple of great chops. Hina, meanwhile, is a power wrestler with lots of slams but also a judo base. It looked like Aoi may win when she got a deep double arm bar on, but Hina was able to make it to the ropes with her foot after a long crawl. The fourth chapter was Hanan versus Tomoka Inaba. This was a very back and forth fight. Neither could string together more than a few moves before the other cut them off. Hanan was trying to put Tomoka Inaba away with suplexes while Tomoka's kicks to Hanan did a lot of damage. Time was being counted down and Hanan finally hit the Rough Rider she had tried earlier that missed, but time was called. Time limit draw. After the match, Aoi and Tomoka Inaba said they wanted Hanan's future Stardom title before leaving. Hanan is next defending her future belt on the 28th against Furuaka, but if she retains, I could see her defending it on the next New Blood show on July 8th, probably against Tomoka Inaba if I was to guess. The next match was a funny comedy tag match. On one team we had Mirai and Emi Sore from God's Eye, and the other team was Waka Tsukiyama and Momoko Honozo. Momoka is a freelance wrestler that often shows up in Oz Academy, but her home promotion is Kaliga Pro, which is available to watch on YouTube. This was a battle between 2 powerhouse wrestlers in Mirai and Emi Sore versus 2 underdogs in Momoko Hanazono and Waka Tsukiyama. Momoka Hanazono came out with her trademark bubble gun / wand and a plush flower arm in arm with Waka Tsukiyama. The comedy started even before the bell when Momoka and Waka played rock paper scissors and Momoka lost, but still insisted on starting. I can't really break down this match, it was chaos. If you like comedy wrestling, you will like it, but if you like your wrestling to be serious, this match may enrage you. Momoko Honozo's plush flower was used as a weapon a few times, there was lots of misdirection and a party popper even made an appearance. Mirai and Emi Sore did a great job of playing the foils to Momoka and Waka's fun. Mirai has experience in comedy matches from her time in TJPW and went along with the bits, not afraid to be made the fool. It wasn't only comedy though. When Waka Tsukiyama was legal, the match was a bit more conventional, with Momoka's antics helping her against the much bigger Mirai and Emi Sore. While Tsukiyama did impress me when she did her special riding arm wrench submission to Mireille and got Mireille's arms crossed, I think Mireille may be double jointed with how deep she took that submission. But one of the biggest upsets in Stardom did not occur, and Mireille hit Waka Tsukiyama with 2 lariats, then applied the Miramare submission and Waka tapped. Mirai and Emi Saraya win. Momoka Hamazo is really fun wrestler to watch and is charismatic. I hope she makes more appearances in the future. The 4th match on the card was a tag match between Stars and the freelance group Colors. For Stars we had Momo Kogo and Saida against from Colors Yuki Sakurai and Rina Amikura. Colors first made themselves known to Stardom after they came out after the Trios Gauntlet match on April 29th and stepped up to Tam Nakano and Cosmic Angels. The point of this match was really to highlight the Colors freelance group. Momo Kogo took a lot of punishment in this match. Colors body slammed her and Saida a lot in the match, and used what I would call the Colors signature move, the Screaming Splash, numerous times, which is what it sounds like. They scream while splashing the opponent. Rina Amikura is the powerhouse of Colors, while Yuki Sakurai doesn't really have a large arsenal, but she does get better each time I see her. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but the match seemed to pivot on a Momo Kogo botch. Momo Kogo was attempting a springboard dropkick, but her foot slipped and she fell to the mat on her feet, and just did a regular dropkick. After this, Momo Kogo was on the bad end of a lot of power moves and a bit of high flying from Rina Amikura. Yuka Sakurai neutralized Saida with a body slam, and Rina Amikura body slam was followed by a gut wrench suplex, and Momo Kogo was put away with a top corner senton for a Colors win. Afterwards, Tam Nakano came to the ring and a match was set up for June 5th for a trios match between Colors and Cosmic Angels. This match will have a stipulation that the losing group has to join the winning group. It should be interesting what they do with this. The next match was a singles match between Mei Sakurai from Donald Del Mondo versus Suzu Suzuki from Prominence. Suzu Suzuki and Prominence invaded Stardom with the intention of taking out Giulia, who they see as a traitor for leaving Ice Ribbon. Someday I may go into detail about this because it was a very big deal in Japanese wrestling, Giulia's defection. Donald Del Mondo, though, have been putting themselves in front of Prominence, and this is one of those matches. Mei Sakurai is currently Giulia's protege, and Suzu Suzuki used to be roommates and friends with Giulia in Ice Ribbon, and Giulia never told her she was leaving. Suzu Suzuki dominated to start the match, even though Mei Sakurai tried to get the jump on her with a boot to the face. The match found its way to the outside pretty quick, and Suzu got in Giulia's face. Though this wasn't a hardcore match, which is Suzu Suzuki's specialty, Suzu did use a mic as a weapon once to bonk Mei Sakurai on the head. Suzu Suzuki continued dominating Mei Sakurai when they got back in the ring. Suzu got a bit too confident though, and Mei Sakurai stunned Suzu Suzuki with a slap to the face, then got in a mount position and rained down elbows and slaps. Mei continued the pressure, hitting her reverse DDT leg drop and a top corner elbow drop. But a Suzu Suzuki thrust kick put a stop to Mei Sakurai's momentum, and not too much later, Suzu hit a delayed suplex with the bridge to get the 3 count. After the match, Risa Serra from Prominence called out Shuri. They exchanged a few words, then Risa Serra hit an air raid crash from the apron to the floor on Shuri. Shuri and Risa Serra have a match on the 28th at Flashing Champions for their World of Stardom Red Belt. This challenge was initially made back on the second night of World Climax on March 27th, and Shuri had just left Donald Del Mondo, but still respected Giulia and didn't like the Prominence invasion. Surprisingly, Waka Tsukiyama then came to the ring and challenged Prominence to a trios match against Cosmic Angels on the 28th. There isn't really any story between these two factions, and it seems like they just need something for Cosmic Angels to do on the Flashing Champions show, until they start their feud with Colors. Before the main event, there was a short video in which Rossy Ogawa, the president of Stardom, revealed to Mayu Amasaki that she will be in a tag match with Utami Hayashishida against Tam Nakano and Kairi. The fact that a rookie like Mayu Imasaki is getting a special match with Kairi shows they have very high hopes for her. And that brings us to the main event, a trios match between Young Otatai, the team of Starlight Kid, Ruaka, and Lorina, versus from Cosmic Angels Mina Shirakawa, Unagi Sayaka, and from the Diana promotion, Haruka Amusaki. Mina Shirakawa and Unagi Sayaka have been having a bit of a storyline with Haruka Amusaki outside of Stardom. They have had 2 tag matches against Haruka, one at the Korakuen Hall show on the 60th anniversary show, and again when they challenged for the Diana Tag Championship, and both times it was been a time limit draw, so they decided to tag with her since they can't beat her. Before the match, Ruaka called out Mina Shirakawa and Unaga Sayaka for being at a show called the New Blood when they are old ladies. That is a valid point. Unaga Sayaka and Mina Shirakawa are in their 30s, while Ruaka is 17 and her cousin Rina is 15. As for the match, it was good. There was pretty non-stop action, lots of team-based offense, and many suplexes. A through line of the match was Haruka Amasaki's being annoyed at Mina Shirakawa and Unagi Sayaka. She didn't want to tag with them in the first place, and there was some miscommunication a couple times in the match between them. The highlight of the match for me was when Haruka Amasaki and Starlight Kid were legal in the match. It wasn't for very long, but they just went at each other. Starlight Kid's elbow strikes made really great sounds when she beat down on Haruka, and Haruka's cutie special suplex had a beautiful bridge. The back portion of this match was pretty chaotic. Mina Shirakawa and Urina were legal, and there were lots of run-ins by both teams. After a top corner crossbody to the outside by Haruka Amasaki took out Ototai, Mina Shirakawa put Urina away not too long after with a combo of a spinning punch, a spinning back fist, and finally the glamorous driver Mina for the 3 count. After the match, Unagi Sayaka recommended that Starlight Kid and Haruka Umasaki should tag against her and Mina. It looks like Mina Shirakawa and Unagi Sayaka still want a victory over Haruka, but time will tell if that match happens. Then everyone was called to the ring for a photo op, and that was the end of the show. Overall, it was a fun show with a bit of everything: comedy matches, serious matches, and just matches with good wrestling. I liked all the matches for their own reasons, but I would recommend watching the final 2 matches. The next Stardom show is a special Kuroken Hall show on the 15th, and will include 2 special elimination matches, and headlined by a 5-way match to figure out who will be the leader of Queen's Quest, since Momo Watanabe defected to Ototai about 6 months ago. Stardom storylines take a while. This has been the Joshi Wrestling Recap for May 13th, 2022, New Blood 2. Thanks for listening.